Hello friends, what if I tell you that a boy who grew up in a mud house, a boy whose parents were daily wage labor, a boy who studied in a Hindi medium school, a boy who worked in a grocery shop and a small factory support his education, could one day complete 34 years in the IT industry and lead large teams serving some of the biggest companies in India. Would you believe it? Because that boy is standing in front of you today. And in this video, I want to share my real journey, not to impress you, but to show up what is possible when you refuse to give up. If you are struggling today, if you feel your background is holding you back, if you think success is only for a people born with advantages, then stay with me till the end, because this story is for you. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Dilip Patil. I am an IT professional with more than 34 years of experience and author of 40 plus books, a mentor and a lifelong learner. On this channel, I share lessons on growth, discipline, writing, leadership, productivity and success. If you are new here, consider subscribing and joining me on the journey of continuous growth. Now, let me take you back many years, back to where it all started. I was born in a small village called Pulgaon in Maharashtra. Life was simple, but it was also difficult. My parents were not highly educated. They worked very hard to support the family. We lived in a mud house. There were no luxuries, no computers, no internet, no smartphone. Many of the opportunity that young people enjoy today simple did not exist. As a child, I never imagined it that one day I would work in the industry. In fact, at that time, I did not even know such an industry exists. My world was very small. School, home, family responsibilities, and dreams that seemed impossible. But sometimes difficult beginnings creates strong foundation. Those early struggles taught me lessons that no class could teach. They taught me humility. They taught me gratitude. And most important, they taught me resilience. Life changed when my father got a government labor job. This brought stability, but it also brought transfer. And those transfers would change the direction of my life. Our family moved to Agra in the Uttar Pradesh. This was a completely new environment, new city, new peoples, new experience. This is where my formal schooling really began. Everything was different. For a village boy, adapting to a new place was not easy. But life does not ask whether we are ready. Life simply presents challenges and we have to grow through them. I slowly adapted. I learned, I observed, and I continued moving forward. At the age I did not know it at. But adaptability would become one of the most important skills throughout my career. Later, my father's job took us to Katni in Madhya Pradesh. This is where a major part of my school life happened. I studied in Hindi medium. Many people underestimate the challenges faced by students from regional language background. But those challenges are real, especially when you later compete in a world dominated English. At that time, our financial condition was still difficult. So after school, I worked. I worked in a grocery shop. During summer holidays, I worked in a small manufacturing company. While many children were playing, I was helping support the family. Did I enjoy it? Not always. Was it easy? Definitely not. But long back, I am grateful because those experiences taught me the value of hard work. They taught me that money comes from effort. They taught me responsibility at a very young age. Let me share something many people don't know. I failed science in 8th standard. Yes, the person who later became an engineer once failed science. Think about that. Today, many students believe one failure means their future finished. I am living proof that it does not. Failure is not final. Failure is a feedback. I decided to work harder. I improved. I learned. I came back stronger. Eventually, I scored well in the following years, and I passed my board examination with good marks. One failure did not define my future. One decision did. The decision not to quit. And that lesson stayed with me throughout my life. As school ended, a new dream emerged: engineering. For a family with limited financial resources, this dream felt huge, almost impossible. But I believed education could change my life. So I prepared, I studied, I worked hard, and eventually I cleared the engineering entrance examination. This was one of the biggest turning points in my life because it opened the doors to a future I had never imagined. But getting admission was only the beginning. The real challenges was surviving engineering college. I joined Government Engineering College, Jabalpur. For me, it felt like entering a completely different world. Most students came from stronger education background. Many were fluent in English. Many had resources I did not have. Initially, I struggled. The transition from Hindi medium to engineering education was difficult, very difficult. There were moments of self-doubt, moments when I wondered if I belonged there. But instead of giving up, I adapted. I spent extra hours studying. I worked hard than many others. I learned gradually, not overnight, gradually. This is an important lesson. Success is rarely sudden. Most success is accumulated effort. Small improvements repeated over years. While studying engineering, finances remained a challenge. I lived in a rented room. I cooked my own food. I washed my own clothes. I managed my expenses carefully. And I taught tuitions classes to younger students to support myself. Think about that. A student by day, tutor by evening, cook at night, dreamer all the time. Those years built self-reliance. Nobody was coming to rescue me. I had to become stronger. And sometimes that's exactly what life wants us to do. Not rescue me, but develop us. Friends, if this story is inspiring you, write in the comments, I will not quit. Let me know where you are watching from. And if you enjoy real life stories of growth, discipline, and success, subscribe to this channel. Every week I share lessons from my own journey and 34 years of professional experience. Now, let us continue, because the next chapter was one of the toughest. After engineering, I expected life to become easier, but it did not. Finding a job was difficult, very difficult. I faced rejection, uncertainty, frustration, and disappointment. At one point, I even missed a government job opportunity because the interview letter never reached me. Imagine how painful that was. Years of preparation, and the opportunity disappeared. Many people would have become bitter. Many would have blamed luck. But I learned something important. You cannot control everything, but you can control your response. So I continued. I kept trying. I kept learning. And eventually, my first opportunity arrived. When I entered the IT world, I knew very little about what the future would hold. There was no grand master plan, no guarantee, no certainty, only willingness to learn. And that willingness became my greatest asset. Technology kept changing. New tools appeared, new systems emerged, new challenges arrived every year. The people who survived were not necessarily the smartest. They were the ones willing to learn continuously. So I learned again and again, year after year. Today, when people hear 34 years in IT, they think it must have. Let me repeat. Today, when people hear 34 years in IT, they think it must have been a straight line. It was not. There were success, there were failures, there were promotions, there were disappointments, there were projects that went well, and projects that taught painful lessons. But every experience added value. Over the years, I worked with major organizations, managed large teams, handled nationwide rollouts, supported thousands of users, solved complex problems, and learned how leadership works in the real world. Not from books, from experience. After 34 years, what I have learned, lessons number 1. Your background does not determine your future. Your decisions do. Lesson number 2, consistency beats talent. Small daily actions create extraordinary results. Lessons number 3, learning never ends. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing. Lesson number 4, failure is a part of success. Every major achievement contains hidden failures. Lesson number 5, characters matter more than credentials. Skills may get you opportunity. Characters help you sustain them. One of the most struggling chapter of my life happened later, writing. I never imagined becoming an author. At today, I have written and published dozens of books. How did that happen? Because I continued learning, continued growing, continued sharing. The same discipline that helped me survive engineering helped me write books. The same persistence that helped me build a career helped me build an author journey. Success leaves clues, and many of those clues are transferable. Now, I am not sharing this story because it is extraordinary. I am sharing it because it is ordinary. And that is exactly the point. You don't need perfect beginning. You don't need perfect English. You don't need perfect circumstances. You don't need wealthy parents. You don't need special connections. You need courage. You need consistency. You need patience. And you need the willingness to keep moving forward one step at a time. If a village boy from a mud house can become an engineer, if a Hindi medium student can complete 34 years in IT, if a person from a struggling family can become an author, a mentor, then your future is not limited by your present circumstances. Never underestimate what you can achieve in the next 10 years. The journey may be difficult, but difficult journey often lead to meaningful destination. If you found value in this story, like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it with someone who is struggling right now, and comment below. My journey has just begun. Thank you for spending this time with me. This is Dilip Patil, wishing you growth, discipline, success, and continue learning. And remember, your story is not defined by where you start. It is defined by whether you keep moving forward. See you in the next video. Thank you.